Good day to you and welcome. I'm Ian Balak and I've played about 16 hours of Nebuchadnezzar on my stream. Long story short, I really want to love the game, but I can't. To the long story though. Nebuchadnezzar is a building strategy game similar to the old gems like Zeus and Pharaoh. That means that you do not control your people directly, but you just focus on the macro statistics. Build buildings, tell them what to do in general, like dig up clay, make pottery, plant and harvest wheat or other produce. In general, you let your people do their thing and hope that you get the results. That is the major appeal as well as the major problem of the game. But let's start with the positives. The setting is great. Ancient Mesopotamia offers intriguing architecture, options as well as limits. For example, you don't have any resource of ivory, and you must import it via trading with other regions, such as Egypt, Oman, and other ones. This setting also allows some focus on history, and I must say that the short introductions to missions are spot on. You can learn something, it seems to be correct, and it does not contain only basic info you can find in elementary school textbooks. The graphics are simply beautiful. If you like the old sprite-based games of the late 90s and early 2000s, namely games like Pharaoh, Stronghold, or even Fallout and Baldur's Gate, you will like the looks of this game. Every building matches the style, and though it might seem a bit desaturated, the cars are more true to nature, and I personally find it appealing that some buildings blend into the background as they are created from similar materials. What was unexpected, at least to me, was that these buildings are actually made in Maya, supposedly, and then converted to 2D sprites in Photoshop. 3D art made into 2D art. You might have noticed that the people in the game are a bit larger. You can this way see more easily their pathing and spot whether there are some areas they do not visit regularly, even without using any overlay, and there are some. It is possible to change the size of pedestrians to even larger, but then they look like titans from the Might and Magic series, and it doesn't even look comical, then it just looks bad. Quickly to sound. I like the music and the sound effects are not annoying or anything. They are not the main focus of the game, so let's just end it there. That's more or less where I must end the positive part. Let's continue with the negatives, but let me start by saying that I love this game with the exception of its gameplay. Let me tell you why. The missions can get difficult. I see no problem in difficulty, even on normal or easy settings. However, the difficulty is very artificial. You can fairly easily manage to fulfill 2 out of 3 objectives, but that prestige objective in any mission is just annoying. It might take quite a while to reach that level and you risk losing the other ones meanwhile. And this risk itself is not such a problem on its own, but when it takes so long to complete, then it's a problem. Another and much larger issue is the AI. It has happened to me a few times that I was just sitting there looking at some statistics, not understand how it's possible that something's happening. Healers just walking around, letting obvious plague houses be, and focusing on the minor cold instead of a frickin' COVID outbreak in the city center. Policemen doing nothing and letting citizens in the local ghetto run most likely a meth lab right next to the city guard's headquarters. And my favorite, firefighters, who refuse to deal with risks in their vicinity and rather travel all around the map, most likely to start fires of their own. They did not feel like a fire department, but like a guild of arsonists who just want to see the world burn. Look at this. There is not a single firefighter here, and as this district burns down to the ground, and then all the firefighters from all around the map come into and look at the fire and the smoldering ruins. This is what takes joy away from me. I would like to focus on the city building, on the trade and other aspects of the game, even though they're slow and sometimes tedious. But please, why must all my citizens work like complete freshmen without any instructions from the boss? And why do my citizens at home behave like a bunch of 6-year-olds left with, I guess, a solid stock of boxes of matches and open medical cabinets full of prescription drugs? Another large con of this game is the lack of proper map editor. I know that modding is important for indie games and it helps to create a nice and dedicated community. Caribou Space Program, Timberborn. But a strategy game without a proper map editor seems to be doomed to failure as there is no proper longevity. If you are willing to take your time and deeply understand the mechanics of the game and maybe learn the unfriendly external map editor and scenario editor, then this might be a good game for you. It offers some historical insights, nice graphics, nice ideas, and a bit of old school gameplay, and at least 30 to 40 hours of it. But it also falls flat on its face due to AI behavior and artificial difficulty of some missions. The choice whether to buy the game or not is just yours. However, I must say for myself that even though I have not completed the game, I'm glad I bought it. Discounted. I believe that it is a bit of a miracle that this game was mostly done by a studio consisting of only 2 people, and they deserve some attention. But I also do not believe that the full price of 20 euros or USD is worth it. I hope that this review will help you decide whether to get the game or not, whether to wait for a discount, or whether to avoid it like the plague that tormented my Acadian citizens. Have a great day, and see you either on my stream or in the next YouTube video.